And then I went to this one room. They're doing coke in there, like going out of style. And he had cookie crumbs all over his face. And I said, "Mud flap, players in the 80s."
What up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Easy. Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights, brought to you by Better Rate Mortgage Studios.
Better Rate. Shout out Better Rate.
I'm joined by my man Spence, and we have a special guest in the building.
I like the way y'all roll, man. Y'all got some crown,
Yes, sir.
and some
Got that crown
splash of coke.
Yeah, a little splash of coke.
Is this to lube us up a little bit?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like it'd be the thing.
You know what? Can I make fun of young people?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I've been talking about old fashioned. So my man over here, Easy's like, yeah, T-Man, I can hook you up. Does old fashioned come in a bottle? I'm like,
man.
Look, are you crazy?
I didn't know.
Old fashioned is a drink.
It's a type of drink.
type of drink.
But when you
got to wear a bow tie to make it, first
Yeah.
of all.
Get a little orange peel in there.
we had them with Braylon at the market.
Yeah.
When we saw it in the glass, it looks like whiskey. It looks like straight whiskey in the glass,
It's
don't it?
bourbon, bitter, something sweet.
What is bitter though?
Bitter is bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a liquid, and it's just bitter.
Why
If
would
you just drank the bitter, you'd be like, man, this shit is bitter.
That's why I thought it was straight whiskey, because I
Right.
think whoever made mine was like a little too much bitter, because I was like,
But it's supposed to be sweet. It's more sweet
Yeah.
too, and you get those cherries that are soaked in booze. Is really good if you get them in a good spot.
Yeah, he texted me. He said, yeah, I'm going to pick up a bottle of Old Fashioned.
yeah,
I was like, what are you talking about, bro?
yeah. I mean, I didn't know.
But you know what? Different generation. Y'all, you put stuff in cans and stuff. Like you can get
Yeah,
a Long Island iced tea in a can.
Yeah.
sketchy
Or
though.
Mike's Hard Lemonade, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We grew up, the only thing that was in a bottle was wine and the booze.
Yeah,
We couldn't get all this stuff y'all got now.
I prefer it by the bottle. I like to live on the edge a little bit. I don't weigh out my drinks. Just plop it in. I mean, obviously Spence.
This stuff is
That's
not
why
good,
Spence
though.
had to grab a Coke. He was.
Yeah, bro. I'm
nervous.
not really a straight liquor guy. I'm a beer
You
guy.
got to dilute it. And plus, we got St. Patrick's Day coming up, so we can't
Yes,
be all out.
Can't be going too hard on
Right.
a Wednesday.
that's true. That's true. Where are you going tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day?
I have to meet up with my people. I may end up in Royal Oak, and then
Okay.
I'm supposed to meet some people in Rochester.
What about you, Spence? You do anything?
I don't know. I'm gonna get out of here probably at like 2:30. Then I don't know.
Should we go try to meet T-Foss?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'd be down.
If you can hang.
Oh.
Now, last year I went to some random bar in Highland Township,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was just drinking beer, and then people started buying me shots.
I
Oh
mean, you
yeah.
T-Foss, yeah, that
That's
happens.
what they now. But what they were doing is they were getting me Jameson's, and then Jameson's has got a little bit of sweet to it. Made me sick.
Yeah, I mean, Jameson ain't so bad for me.
You know, T-Foss, I went to MSU, so I partied up there. I had
Oh, yeah.
quite a few good St. Patty's days up at MSU.
Yeah, I know MSU, man, was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I went to Central Michigan. We used to go down to MSU and party sometimes.
Yeah.
Show them how it's done.
I had an experience where we started the day at MSU, and my friends, because they were in the dorms at that time, they would do this stupid game. It's a terrible game called Edward 40 hands.
Oh yeah.
They would tape 2 40s in each hand, and they wouldn't leave the dorm until they finished. And then,
Oh, man.
I know it sounds it is terrible.
Now I never did this, but people at Central used to go to Fair State.
Okay.
I'm talking about black people used to go to Fair State. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why? So you got to come up. It's a good time. I said, no, I ain't going to Ferris. Get out of here.
One of the best times I had at State, it was Halloween and Michigan State, same day. And so in the morning, I was pre-gaming. My uncle has his tailgate right outside the International Center doing that. And then he gives me a bottle of Woodford Reserve to take home for the night.
All right, man.
That's what I
crazy.
thought. That's what I thought Old Fashioned was. Woodward Reserve.
That's
I think that's why I got it mixed up.
That's
okay.
some sauce right there.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. Now,
It tastes nasty though.
yeah, that's because your taste buds are still.
So I like
adjusting.
Crown. I feel like Crown's like smooth.
Crown is smooth. It's good. Now, Central. Now, these are my complaints about Central. You go to Central to the bars and order bourbon, they look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
They don't have bourbon at Central.
Really?
Why?
Must be too high end.
Yeah.
That's whack.
You got beer, cheap whiskey, cheap vodka.
All my most ratchet party stories are probably from Central, if I'm being honest. That place gets down. That place is wild.
It does. You need to go there for Central Western Weekend.
Yes.
It is crazy.
I was down there for one of those.
Way nuts than Michigan State.
Oh, way crazier.
I've never been to Central. What's your best Central story? What's your best?
I tell you one. We had an end of the world party for Central Western.
Okay.
So I go to this party. We have a trash can. And the thing about the trash can is the host puts ice cream and 7-Up and Coke in this trash can. And then when you walk into the house,
You get a cup of it.
no, you take your bottle of booze, or in your case, your old fashioned, and you pour it in there.
Oh man,
And then you just drink the thing.
that sounds disgusting.
It is. But here's the thing. It is good. But here's the thing. You don't taste the booze. So you just drinking it up. You like, yeah, I'm a badass.
Yeah.
So I'm cool. And then like the third drink,
Done.
boom.
Yeah. You
happened to
hit
me.
that wall.
We were drinking, and I was on drink 3, and we were going around the circle talking. So they go over here to Bruce, and then back over here to me, and then back to Bruce again. Who the hell was calling me? Spam. That's all I get is spam. Let me turn this off.
Car's extended warranty.
So anyway, they come back to me, and I'm like, where'd Chief Foss go? I was on the ground. The trash can knocked me out. So I was staying with some girls,
Hey.
and then the one girl was like, hey, what you need to do is you need a little religion in your life. That'll get you back. So homegirl took me to church.
Oh my.
Wait, what is this a real?
Wait. No, after I passed out from the trash can, one of the roommates said, you know what would make you feel good? It's what? Smoking a joint.
There
Hell
you
yeah.
go.
I'm like,
Sounds
all right.
Like makes
So
sense.
we
Level out a
smoked
little
a
bit.
joint. The trash can has knocked me out. Then the other girl, she's like a little goody two shoes. Said, you know what? It's gonna make you feel better. Jesus.
Some Jesus.
Oh man.
So she took me to church
Why'd you agree to this? No, but
because she was cute,
Yeah. Hey,
that's
there you
true.
go.
and I
That'll do
actually
it.
thought Jesus would help me.
That's fair.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. Yeah.
So then anyway, so I go back to the house and I pass out, and so I wake up finally the next morning. I walked out and it looked like Martians had came and invaded Mount Pleasant. There was toilet paper all over the place. There was car horns honking. There was cars tipped over. I'm like,
Jeez.
damn.
Hell yeah.
I missed a great party last night.
When you were
So-
there, you just weren't
So
there.
Worried about
so
Jesus.
I walk to the dorm, and then I see a body in this big field. I was like, damn, somebody didn't make it.
Oh no.
And so I got closer to the body, and then it started moving. It was my next door neighbor, Gurney. And he collapsed in the middle of the field, and then the dew gathers on your face.
Mm-hmm.
He ate cookies, and he had cookie crumbs all over his face. And he's like, hey, you going to the dorm? He said, yeah. He says, mind if I tag along? I don't know where we live. So he came along with me.
Oh my.
So that was our end of the world party, Central Western.
Hell yeah.
Got to hit it sometime.
I had a party like that at it was actually at Michigan State, but it was for like the Manny Pacquiao fight, the Floyd Manny Pacquiao fight.
Okay.
And we did kind of the same thing as a garbage can, but called Jungle Juice.
Okay.
The only thing I've never blacked out. That's the first time I ever blacked out in my life was that night. I don't know if it was from the Jungle Juice because we also did. I was gonna say we had Molly. It was Molly at that party. Was that stuff around actually when you were in college? Like that kind of were people doing crazy
Ecstasy,
stuff?
right?
Ecstasy.
Yeah, I think our generation started doing it, and then we denied that we did it, but it happened. You see, I never did drugs. It was always booze or
Yeah.
nothing, and now and then a joint. But I remember going to a party after I graduated. I figured, okay, the drug scene is done.
Yeah.
So I went to a free press party, and then I went to this one room. They're doing coke in there, like going out of style.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was scared. I was like, "Oh my god, these are my heroes!" Drinking, snorting coke. So I got out like, "Damn, I hope nobody saw me go."
You for real? You left?
I left. I
Good for you.
was I don't want to say I was a worm, but I was scared of everything.
Yeah.
And I passed that along to my kids,
Yeah.
which I'm happy about.
No,
That's
yeah,
good,
should be
yeah.
happy about for sure.
'Cause they've been in situations like that. My girl Celine, she went to Stanford. They have different little things. She like for the weekend they'll say, "Let's go to Tahoe." So so she's waiting around, and before they left for Tahoe, they started smoking weed and they did shots.
Yeah.
And Celine said, "I'm not going because y'all gonna roll off a mountain." So she didn't go on the trip.
No, yeah, that's sketchy.
Yep.
You do not do that. Yeah.
I
yeah.
still would have gone and risked it.
See what sketches me out in those situations? Like I can control myself, but I can't control
Right.
others.
You don't know what somebody else is gonna do.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
if they're driving or if they're in control of like you know what I'm saying anything vehicleized that I'm gonna be in, I'm out. I'm saying you're not tricking me into doing no dumb shit with you in charge. Like
Right. Especially if you go to Tahoe. Tahoe has mountains,
Yeah.
and
exactly.
all kinds of stuff. Got lakes you can drown yourself in.
I'm so straight on that. Yeah. No, the only stuff I really mess around with honestly is weed and drinking. I mean, obviously back in the day I've tried stuff, but never enough to like want me to keep trying it. It was not even worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds beautiful.
Yeah. How'd you get started in radio? 'Cause I know you were writing first.
I'll tell you a story. I started writing. I was writing for the Free Press and in the news. And I hated radio dudes
yeah.
because I thought radio dudes were lazy. Here's what used to really piss me off. Well, I was covering the Pistons, and I would ask all these questions, trying to get my story.
Yeah.
And some radio fart was doing like this, not asking any questions. He would just hold a microphone there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Steal your sound.
Just
bite.
stealing your
and
answers.
then see, we're looking for different things. I'm looking for information to build a story, and radio people just want sound bites. So
Yeah.
anyway, I would listen to like the show the next morning, and they say, "Hey, Bruce was in the Pistons locker room. He got some real good stuff. Let's listen to what Bruce got." So you hear me asking questions, and Bruce didn't say shit. So then afterwards, they said, "Hey, great job! You did a hell of a job." I said, "No, you didn't." I said, "Anybody can do this." So I hated radio dudes, and they would take all this credit. And in fact, I got into a fight with a radio dude in old Chicago Stadium
While you were still writing?
while I was writing. Back then, we didn't have the internet, so you had to send your phone, your story via phone. You take the back out of it and stick it into your computer, and that's how you sent your sound, your story. So there's
fax
this dude, huh?
Like a fax machine or something?
No, what you would do is you would take the cord out of the phone, plug it into your computer, and then it would call. Then you call the main computer for the Detroit News, and that's how you sent your story. It would just go up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right. So anyway,
That's wild.
it was the
Fax
Bulls and
machine.
Pistons. And every time the Bulls and Pistons played, it was a game that was going right down to the wire. You never knew who was going to write. So I'm just writing, trying to come up with a lead and stuff. So I had my phone in front of me, so I'm about to pull this out. So anyway, my phone disappears. And I looked up, and there's this radio dude named Les Grobstein. I don't know what radio, he was a Chicago dude. So I said, "I'm going to need that phone in 20 seconds after to send my story." He said, "Well, I don't see your name on it." I said, "No." I said, "I'm about to take that in 20 seconds. So you better give me my phone." And plus, there's like a million phones all around.
He just
So
took the
anyway-
one right in front of you.
He goes, you know how they do. 3, 2, 1, 0. The Chicago Bulls defeated the Detroit Pistons 118 to 116. Michael Jordan, as soon as he said Michael, I snatched the thing out, put it in my computer. He's pissed off. He said, "I was doing my stand-up." I said, "Dude, I told you I needed the phone in 20 seconds. I was taking it,
Yeah.
didn't I?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, but then, I don't see your name on it." I said, "My name's on it now." 'Cause I'm sending my story." So then this dude is going to get all big and bad. "Let's go out to the parking lot so I can kick your ass." And I said, why we have to go to the parking lot? Let's do it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kick your ass right in front of Michael
yeah,
Jordan.
I just beat your ass in front of the media. So anyway, sitting next to me was Drew Sharp, the late Drew Sharp. That's my boy. He's he's doing the same thing, writing his story, and then he's trying to get a phone too. So anyway, I turned around, and the dude Les Grobstein, his face is wet with Coke dripping down his hair. I said, "What?" And Drew had thrown the Coke in this dude's face.
Oh yeah.
So I turned around to Drew, and he's got a full cup of Coke. I said, dude, how does this man have Coke all over his face and you still got a full cup of Coke in your face? He said, man, I was gonna I got him one time. I was gonna get him again. So he was about to so then Les is all pissed and everything. So and I jump up and said, dude, get out of here, because we'll beat your ass.
Hell yeah.
I said, because we from Detroit and you from Chicago.
Yeah.
Hey.
So,
That's how it goes.
and then but then the next day, this had to be a Friday game, because Saturday we were in Milwaukee or something, and you got the early edition of the Chicago Tribune, and there was a story that said the Detroit Pistons players are not the only bad boys, and they had me and Drew. They wrote about our fight.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
So then I thought we were gonna get in trouble. So the editor's gonna read this, but it was only in for one edition, so nobody ever read the thing.
so they didn't even know.
No, they never.
That's crazy.
I called just to see, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Because I make phone calls. Like, if I
Just to
think
see.
somebody's pissed at me, I'll call them up. Hey, what's happening?
Yeah,
How you doing?
yeah,
How's mama? And they don't say anything. I said, okay, I'm in the clear.
yeah.
So that's what I did. I called the office just to say, hey, what are you writing it down? I don't know yet. So I'm just messing around.
BS
But nobody said anything.
You actually been in a radio fight too with I don't actually remember his name. I remember you and Sean were talking about him.
Eric Pate.
Yes.
I got into a fight with him.
Hell yeah.
My problem with Eric was he hated. There was certain people in the world that you shouldn't. He was like mad at the world.
Yeah.
And there was this girl named Sabrina who died from cancer. Everybody loves Sabrina except Eric. I'm like, dude, how can you not like Sabrina?
Yeah.
He gave me some cockamamie stuff, and I'm like, dude, I mean, that's like everybody's baby sister or whatever. So, but we did a show together for like 6 months, and then we just got mad at each other, and so we fought at the WDFN studios.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
you won?
Yes, I wouldn't lose that fight. There's certain people that you just can't lose to.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's, man, they piss you off so much.
Like a pride thing.
Right. It's
Yeah.
pride. Like you can kick my ass, it's okay because I like you.
Yeah.
And I have the excuse that I'm old, so I can't do shit. So, but it's just certain people. It's like,
I'm not losing a fight to him.
yeah,
Not a
because
chance.
you wrong,
Yeah.
you're evil. I
Yeah.
can't lose this
Genuine
fight.
asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
I gotta represent all the other people who are looking. at I hate
Yes.
this
That's
dude.
what it is. Yeah.
Right. But I don't fight.
Yeah.
I don't fight. But the thing I found out is when you were younger,
Mhm.
you impress women by fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah.
when you get older, you impress women by not fighting.
Really?
With
Yeah.
money.
With money?
No, it's just
Wait, what?
no, you tell them how ridiculous it would be to fight this dude over
Yeah.
here, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, it's a waste of time.
That's true.
What was it like working with Mike at 97.1? I used to love you guys, man. I called in all the time. I was gold list for a while.
Right.
Calling in, they'd send me right through Sully
Oh,
and
real?
Hatchet.
Oh, you
Oh,
one
for
of
real?
those?
Yeah, I was
Right.
because I worked.
You one of those.
I worked at a dealership. I was a porter, and so when I get off, you
How many
guys would always
jobs
be
you
on.
had?
I've been around- man. I've been working since I was like 12 years old, man.
You were a porter.
Yeah, at a car dealership. And
You know what he
so-
could do? You know what he could be for real?
What?
Baggage handler for Delta Airlines.
Hell yeah.
I could see him
That's
with his
a good
little blue
job for
cap
me.
on,
That's a good. That sounds good.
making
to
sure
me.
everybody got their
Hell
bags.
yeah. Sounds good to me.
The way I describe it is working with Mike is like a box of. It's just me again.
Turn back on? Did you just turn it off?
Yeah, I just turned it off.
That's crazy.
It's like, no, this call's going through. No, this is off now. No, I know it. You have to put in your
Oh, your passcode.
passcode.
That's if someone tries to kidnap
Which
you
is
and
stupid,
do
right.
some freaky to you.
It's off now. But anyway, I describe it as working was like a box of chocolates. You know, you get that box, you don't know what chocolate is there.
Yeah, yeah.
You never knew what dude you're gonna get.
Really?
Some days he'd be the sweetest guy in the whole world,
Mm-hmm.
and then other times he'd just be pissed off about nothing.
Just random stuff. You know?
Random. And then, see, the problem with that is if I know I can push your buttons, guess what?
I'm gonna do it.
I'm
Yeah.
going to.
That's good radio.
But if you're a dude that's like, all right, T's acting like a fool,
Yeah.
I just leave you alone because there's no joy
yeah,
for me.
you don't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
anything out
But
of that.
That's facts, actually, 'cause I pick
But-
on Adam every once in a while, too, 'cause I know I get him going.
right. But Mike is easy to get going. But even off the air,
Yeah,
one time he was asking me to go to lunch, and I said I don't want to go to lunch. So
why you want to go to lunch that day?
I did not want to go to lunch with him that day.
Yeah.
Nothing personal. It was just that day. So anyway, I told our producer that get me a container, one of those lunch containers, and just put it in front of me and say, "Here's your lunch." So anyway, she goes and gets the container and puts it in front of me and says, "Yeah, I got your sandwich." Mike was pissed. He's like, "You gotta be kidding me, man! You asshole! You know, I asked you for lunch and you don't want to go to lunch with me, but you get carry out with Michelle." So he was pissed off. So he's like rambling for like 20 minutes. So finally he said, "You're not eating lunch today." And so he picked it up. He says, "This is going to be for little B, my son, later." So he picked it up and he realized there was nothing in there. He says, "Oh my God, he got me."
I was just wondering, if he's like that, like in real life, if that's his, his actual whole thing is that's not just a sticky.
Yeah, I mean the thing is he always heard it was fake and he had a fake New York accent. No, that was him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He was not. But on the other hand, the other side of him was he was like when you went out to dinner with him, especially if it was an Italian place, he was like the Godfather.
No way.
He would order for you, and if you didn't understand something on the menu, he'd explain and say you should get this and everything. So he was like going out with Don Corleone.
the piece of
That's what's up,
deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he knows all that stuff.
What's the closest you guys came to button heads?
Oh shoot, that was every day.
Yeah, how'd you balance
That's
that
why-
relationship out?
That's why the show was so good. Man.
With it reaching to that, you know what I'm saying, like boiling point and then just like being cool afterwards, or just not talk to each other.
I don't know if we were totally cool because he used to get mad at stuff with me. See, I get mad at you and I drop it.
Yeah.
He holds on to stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he was pissing me all the time because I'll say, "Hey, look, dude, this is done." I wouldn't apologize either. So we just roll with it, and it would just fester and fester. And so I'm sure he's probably still mad at me.
About something.
Yeah.
A damn sandwich container, man.
Oh yeah, the sandwich container thing set him off.
You guys have a relationship now, like because of that, or is that weird?
I have not talked to him in a year and a half.
That's just
Well, here's what happened was the only time we talked is if I called him or texted him.
oh, it's okay.
And so then
I
I
love
made
relationships.
a decision. Shit, the next time we talk is going to be because he initiates it.
Yeah.
So he has not initiated, so we haven't talked.
You got to do that sometimes. I do that all the time. It's like,
Right.
I'm not going to just keep reaching out to you. And then, like, if we want to keep this going, you got to reach out to me.
Right.
You gotta, you
Yeah.
gotta
One time.
yeah, at least once. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a year, but like let it be within a year or like something like that. Like, cause I get it, you get busy. Like I got a son, you know what I'm saying, and that's what I'm trying to do when I'm not doing this. Is spend time with him. But
Still
yeah,
texting me good night at midnight, though.
who me?
Yeah.
I was trying to prep you for this. I was trying to figure out how to make an old fashioned.
Doesn't come in the bottle, brother.
No. When how did you become like your face become recognizable? Was it through like the Detroit news or like because you talking about you going to the bars, people buying you shots? Like obviously on radio, people really can't really see you.
Yeah, I think there's two things. There's one, there was the newspaper me,
Okay.
and so I started writing a column, and then people would say, "Hey, yo, what's up?"
Yeah.
And then they always want to ask about the stupid Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Is this the year? I said, no, it's not.
It's not really here.
And then I think I became more popular because of radio. Even though they don't see you, people would listen to that show
Yeah.
religiously, and
I
so
guess
then
social
we
media
talk
came
about
out, too.
social media came, and then we would talk about our family. So everybody thought they knew me, they knew Little B, my son, they knew
Yeah.
Abs, my wife, and
Was that weird?
Celine. No, not really. That's just the way it is.
Part of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Detroit, if you're in the media, you become a celebrity, or I used to call it a twinklet, a baby star.
Yeah.
But I have
good name
I have
for it.
It is a
friends.
good name.
I have friends who work in Oakland and the West Coast. They're like, dude, you don't know how good you have it there, because
Really?
people in Detroit care. Out here, I can write, "We should burn down the arena." And I get no reaction.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
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 Here in Detroit, man, people like, hey,
And every strip club in the tri-state area knows Terry Foster when he walks in.
oh, that's right. When I went to the strip club, I was trying to, do like this.
Yeah.
Nobody would know it. Is that T. Foster's back of his head? I'm like, no, it's not.
That's I had a couple. I shared a couple stories on here about because I've just been going to the strip club recently.
Are you sure you weren't a bouncer in the strip
No,
club?
I bounced a couple bars in East Lansing, but never a strip club. But I went to one and I had, I talked about we had a private box up at Coliseum. Me and my boys, we got the private box.
Oh, Coliseum is
Yeah,
bad.
It's
bad? I like
Oh,
Coliseum.
no.
Oh,
It's
good
bad.
bad.
It's bad.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had, we had the girls up there. We had some bottles of Don Julio. I had a girl dancing on me with a lamb chop in one hand and a Corona in the other.
Yeah, the food was good.
Oh yeah,
I never
The food's
actually
real
ate there.
good. It's good
You
stuff.
should go back and eat.
Yeah? Let's do it.
Talking about the food. No, I went there, and I was getting lap dances and stuff. This one stripper comes up and says, "Now you wasting your money." I said, "Why?" He says, "All they doing is sit, dance in your lap and
Yeah.
grab their titties." She said, "So what?" She said, "If you come upstairs, I'll make you come. I guarantee it."
There you go.
There you go.
And she said, "It's not going to be as expensive while you messing around here." So I went up there and
She do it?
She guaranteed it.
she did it. She guaranteed it.
It was this time I turned 21 and I had the same similar situation. She asked me if I wanted my dick sucked. I'm like, of course I want my dick sucked.
Yeah, who's gonna say no?
Yeah, exactly. So we go upstairs. She does her thing, and then she's like, "Ask for money after." I'm like, "Whoa, you ain't say nothing about that. You just asked if I wanted my dick
it's not
sucked."
free. Come
No,
on. now.
yeah, it's not
I'm
free,
21.
man.
It's my first experience in there. But she sent the bouncers and everything off after me. Luckily enough, though, my boys.
Oh yeah, they'll beat
saw
your
the
ass.
situation.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, they're on my ass. They're trying to follow me to ATM. I'm like, I'm not paying. She didn't ask me. She's asked if I wanted my dick sucked.
Yeah.
She should pay me. I'm saying.
I got a discount on
A dick
first time
sucking?
I was there on the dick sucking because we were there after my boy's wedding. We had the box.
You got a punch
Buy
card.
one get one free. Yeah.
Punch card.
We were all in our suits and everything. We just left my boy's wedding. I told her I was the best man. I wasn't the best man. I didn't even stand up at the wedding. This is one of my good friends, but I told her I was the best man. She took me down there, and she gave me a discount. And she was walking me. She's like, "I got the best man right here." I was like, "Yeah." Took me in there. And,
We were in a strip club in Fort Wayne, and so this dude, he decided he's not gonna pay. So I'm like,
Someone you were with, or just some?
I was
random?
with the dude.
Yeah, fuck, that makes it
And
worse.
I'm like, so they give me all these lap dances, and you're not gonna pay. He says no. I just told him. He told them. Then when they were done, he was gonna go to the ATM machine and get his money and pay him. So I said, "So this is the way you gonna roll tonight?" He said, "Yeah, okay. Give me notice because I'm getting out of here."
Yeah.
So I left. Homeboy didn't pay. All I know is he's running out the place because I'm in the party bus or whatever it was, and then they're throwing stuff at him, and the bouncers come back and they're gonna kick his ass, and so he's running down the street, and then so I took off. I said I'm out of here. So later I said, "Dude, was that really worth it? Because you almost got your ass kicked, and when the bouncers get you, and you say you haven't paid Cinnamon and
Destiny.
Destiny, and all these girls." They're gonna lay it on you.
Oh, for sure.
But
Oh, yeah.
that's what he did. He got away with it.
Hey, good for him.
Good for
Damn.
him.
Maybe because he was in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be sketchier down there. You always hear those Florida man stories.
No, it would be sketchy in Detroit, man, because they
Yeah, actually, that's
find
true.
that ID. They see they see that Michigan ID. They know you're gonna be around here. Because that's like Coliseum's 10 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
So that's
So you do got a punch
I
card.
couldn't do anything. Hey man, I couldn't do no sketchy shit there because that shit'll come back to me.
With people buying you drinks and stuff like that, obviously you have the positive interactions. You have any negative ones? Because I have people sometimes get mad at me if I have a take about it's Michigan fans really. Actually, Spencer and I has had it recently. But if we say something bad about a Michigan guy, they're ready to kill you and bomb your house.
ones that
and
get
everything.
most pissed at you are Michigan fans and Lion fans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lion fans every year, all they want you to say is this is it. They're gonna win. They're gonna win it. They're gonna win the division this year, and they're gonna win playoff games. And I'm like, no, they're not.
This is not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
So they always get pissed at me and call me negative and I'm an asshole and all this stuff. And I'm like, what have they done? Why do you believe in this team?
Yeah.
They haven't done anything, and they always get mad. I remember I was in this place called Champs. There's one in Sterling Heights. So this woman is looking at me. So I'm like, all right, I still got it. She's checking me out.
Yeah.
So anyway, this dude.
So you got a punch card on you, sir?
No punch card. This dude walks up to me and he said, that's my girlfriend over there. So I'm like, okay, now I'm going to get in trouble because I checked her out a little bit. He said, she hates you. I'm like, why?
Oh.
She says you're too negative about the Lions. I said, well, they kind of suck.
Yeah.
I know, but she loves them. So she came over. I said, well, let me talk to her. So she came over. First, she's real pissed. I said, motherfucker, why you always dogging the Lions? And then here's the thing they always say. If you were more positive, the players would read it and play better.
Oh, my God.
And I said, that is the biggest piece of bullshit in the whole world.
Yeah.
You really believe they said, oh, man, T-Foss said something good about us. Let's go beat the Green Bay Packers now. That's not happening. So anyway, I listened to her, and she was telling me that the Lions were going to make the playoffs that year and that they were going to, finish 12-4. I said, no. I said, this team is bad.
Yeah.
I said, you need to understand that. The final record was 2-14.
Oh, yeah. Bad. They're bad. They're worst franchise, honestly. We're being honest.
One of the worst franchises in all of professional sports.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you ever have any sketchy interactions though, where you're like, yo, I might have to throw down or something like that, or
No, I haven't had to fight. I haven't had to fight anybody. I haven't been close. People push you,
yeah,
and then it's okay. We're not gonna fight. And then so I haven't had to fight anybody. But and it's probably because I don't get real pissed off. I understand that they're in a different mindset that I am.
Yeah.
My job is to tell you how I feel, and I'm not emotional about it.
Yeah.
And so I understand they're emotional about it, and this is do or die for them. So I try to understand their thinking. So, I do enough to piss them off, and I'm like, okay, I really don't care about this.
Yeah.
So we can move on. But I have not had a fight. I got cussed out by Rod Marinelli.
Yeah.
He said I was too negative.
Get over it. If you don't want me to be negative, do something.
Do be better.
I know. Yeah, you're bad. And I'll tell you, there was a funny thing that happened was the Lions started 7-1 or 6-2, and we were in the locker room, and this guy named Mike Furry, who the Lions switched from defensive back to wide receiver.
I remember him. Yeah.
He said,
White dude.
Yeah, white dude. He said, media, you can kiss our ass.
Famous
And
last
as
words.
soon as he said that, I said, you know what? They're not even going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So a couple days later, I went up to him and said, Mike, you just doomed your team. He says, what? Why? I said, with your statement, media kissed our ass. In other words, you already know you're in the playoffs. I said, y'all going to fuck it up somehow. He says, no way. So he gets all mad at me. And I'm saying, all right, we'll see.
Yeah.
Is that when John Kitna was quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh.
They
Yeah, I
finished
I remember that year.
John Kitna.
1-7 and missed the playoffs.
I
And I'm
remember that.
convinced if Mike Furry hadn't said anything, they would have finished.
They would've kept
They would
going.
have gotten to the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
But with the Lions, whenever they feel they've arrived, they mess it up.
And we've talked about that before, about how, well, I have at least, that the bar is so low with the Lions that this city is striving to win a playoff game. Like, that shouldn't
Right.
be what you're striving for. To win a play is how demoralized of a fan base do you have to be to where if they win a playoff game, that's this huge accomplishment. You
The
know?
Lions have no expectations. If you go look back at every press conference with a new GM and new coach, there's one word that's never said during that press conference.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even that championship.
Championship.
They,
yeah.
they said we can win games,
Playoffs.
we can turn the program around, we can do. But I never hear anybody talk about championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing about the Lions, and I think the reason that they've been so bad, it is the Lions are the poster child of the good old boys network.
Yeah.
Finally, for the first time, this one with Brad Holmes and
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell might work out, because this is the first time in Lions history that they haven't hired a coach and GM based on relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually did a search and tried to find two competent people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, whether they found them or not, we'll find out. But when you look at it, under the Fords, the very first GM was Russ Thomas. Russ Thomas was the drinking buddy of the owner.
Yeah, stupid.
Hey, you want to
Then-
run my team, buddy?
Right.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Jesus.
And then the second GM, Chuck Schmidt, was friends of Russ Thomas. So
Just negligence.
I got my boy, and then I got the boy of my boy, and so then they so that was the first two GMs. The third one, Matt Millen. Why did they hire Matt Millen?
He was friends with Russ Thomas.
Because he was a good guy.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. He's,
William Clay Jr., Ford Jr. liked him. I mean, liked him. Said he was a good guy. People in the NFL liked him, and
look what
once
he
again, based on relationship, based on I like you.
did. Yeah. Not what you can do for my franchise.
Right. And then Matt Millen's replacement, Martin Mayhew. I knew Matt Millen. That was the guy that Matt Millen, the worst GM in history, was grooming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was a disciple of Matt Millen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
He had some hits though. I would say that for
he had
for
some
Mayhew.
hits, but how many playoff games did they win?
Nada.
0.
None.
Yeah.
But I knew Martin Mayhew was going to be a disaster. One time, I was at the they had a press conference at Ford Field, and Matt Millen talked to me. Even though I was ripping his ass in the paper, he would talk to me.
Yeah.
He said, "I just want to let you know, Foster, Martin Mayhew, he's a stud." And then I'm thinking, okay, this is the dude that's going to replace you, and he's going
Yeah.
to be a disaster too.
Yeah.
So you keep going down that
Smell it.
line, friends hiring friends
Yeah.
to run an NFL franchise. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's we've talked about they they hire these guys based on character. They're going to hire the nice guys. They're going to sign the nice guys.
Right.
They're not going to sign these. They're going to pass on Randy Moss. They're going to pass on Kareem Hunt. They're not going to make a play to try to see what Deshaun Watson would cost. Where these are guys that can change your franchise. They can win you football games. And
Speaking of Randy Moss,
yeah,
the Lions deny that they didn't draft him because of character issues.
why else wouldn't you draft him?
I was in the kitchen at Silverdome, the Pinex Silverdome. They had a kitchen. It's where the media went in sometimes, and the players, the coaches went in there sometimes. So Ron Hughes, who was the director of player personnel, knew I was ripping the franchise, saying they should have drafted Randy Moss. They didn't. Once again, because of character issues,
Who'd they take that year? Do you remember?
they took Terry Fair.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Terry
yeah.
Fair, it was
even know who that
supposedly
is.
like getting two players. He
Yeah.
was a great defensive back, and he was a kick returner.
Yeah,
So they were throwing out to the public, we're getting two players in one. And then
crazy.
so I'm talking to Ron Hughes, and he said, "Do you know we didn't pass on Randy Moss because of character issues. Here's the thing, you're gonna find this out." I'm like, all right, I'm all ears. He said, "Randy Moss has alligator arms. He won't go over the middle, and if you give him, and if he senses the DB is close to him, he starts doing like this. He won't reach out.
yeah.
He's afraid of the ball."
Yeah.
And I just said, Ron, I really like. I said, that's baloney. That's because
Yeah.
I got to see him live because he used to go. He was playing for Marshall, and he used to go up and kick Central's ass
Yeah, dominate.
once a year. Right.
Yeah.
So I saw firsthand that wasn't the case. And I said, Ron, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Come on now. And said, well, you're gonna see, because whenever a media member jostles with a front office person or a coach, they said, well, you didn't watch all the film.
Yeah,
You don't really know.
Yeah.
I know. So they always throw that so up in my face. I'm like, all right, fine. So we'll let it play out. So they didn't get him because of character issue. Do you know why Terry Fair didn't work out here? He actually made the Pro Bowl one year.
yeah.
What happened? Why didn't
He
it pan out?
went to Legends
Oh yeah.
nightclub downtown,
Mm-hmm.
got pissed at his woman, punched a wall, and broke his hand. Lions came out with a press release saying that he went to get the newspaper, slipped in his driveway, and broke his hand.
Some Joel Zumaya stuff.
Right. So he got knocked out because of character stuff.
Yeah. That was the end of his career. That he just never made it back.
Nah, he came back, but he wasn't.
He was never the same.
He was never sweet. Or no.
Right.
He's never Randy Moss Hall of Famer. You know,
When he made the Pro Bowl, was
Best
as a
receiver
DB or
ever.
a kick returner? Like,
DB.
DB.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that sucks. It's really no. What happened to who's that quarterback we took? The black dude at number 7, like the 90s. Was it Ware? The last name was
It's Andre Ware,
Andre Ware. Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, because I was looking at Trey Lance last year. I was hyping him up, and then old timers kept telling me he's the next DeAndre Ware. It's DeAndre Ware. I'm like,
Andre Ware had no touch. Like if I was throwing the football to you right now,
uh-huh.
go like this and cave your chest in.
That's how I felt about Stafford when he was here for a minute. Just whipping that thing.
Well,
better
you
now.
know, you got to show you got an arm.
Yeah.
But Andre Ware had no touch, and he was the number 3 quarterback. But then they would start him now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wayne Fontes would come out with some ridiculous stuff like, Rodney Peete is still my number 1 quarterback, but I'm going to start Andre Ware.
That's a weird thing to say.
Because there was pressure because he won the Heisman. He was
Yeah.
a high draft pick.
Yeah.
So the public was,
Why isn't he playing?
was like, how come he's not playing? And I was writing, he's not playing because he can't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, y'all are not in practice.
That's
but then,
all the time. People ask people to come off the bench. I'm like, these people see him in practice every single day.
They're on the bench for
Yeah,
a
you
reason.
don't think they know what he can and can't do?
Yeah.
Sekou Naboya was the biggest thing. People be killing me for
Right.
it. But I'm like, this dude's riding a pine for a reason.
right, because he can't play.
Yeah.
But the public knows better
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
a friend of theirs told him, they peeked into practice and they saw him hit a jumper or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My
he should be
cousin was
starting.
on practice squad
Right.
with him.
Yeah.
He knows all about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So they know better than you do. And then when you don't write what they want you to write, then they say, well, you're being soft or you're sucking up to the team. And I was like, no, I'm seeing this dude play and I don't see anything in practice. I wouldn't
Yeah.
play him either.
So do you really think this regime of the Lions is different? It feels different. I'm excited for it. I mean, I can't lie. I thought Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia were a good, thing when they first got here, and then we obviously know what that turned into. Do you really think this Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell is different?
I can't tell you it's different, but they got a chance.
Yeah.
Because based on this one fact, it's the first time the Lions actually did a search for a GM and coach and came up with what they thought was the best person or people for the job.
Yeah, because
So-
they knew they were getting Quinn Trisha as
You're
soon as
right.
that
It's
happened,
it's
yeah.
the thing you should do all the time. But if it's your first time doing it, chances are it's not going to totally work out, but it's going to be better off than what they were before.
Yeah.
I believe these people will win a playoff game at some point,
I do too.
which is exciting.
Yeah.
But I know we were talking earlier about expectations. The expectations here in Detroit are so low for the Detroit Lions. It kind of makes me sick
Yeah.
because when you think about things, we had higher expectations for every other team here. Detroit Pistons made the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times in a row,
Yeah.
and Piston fans were pissed. They said they should get another championship. This is the going to work Pistons. They don't like this team. They should have beat San Antonio in the thing, but they were always ragging on this team. And then the Lions, they get a first down. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Forward down the field.
I'll tell you what happened. Was it 4 years ago? No, it was longer than this. It was like 10 years ago. Early in Matt Millen's regime, they lost their first 8 games, and they beat the Washington Redskins, who became the football team, and then the Commodores, what are they now?
Commanders. Yeah.
The Click Commanders.
After the game, people jumped in the fountain
Jesus.
and in the park across.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were so happy because they were 1-8. And you look at this year.
Stick,
Yeah.
pop
Where
bottles.
they started 0-8.
Yeah.
And so
I was there for that Minnesota game. They won. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I tell you
Front
what.
row, he said.
Front row. Yeah.
Okay.
Pops.
Shout out to Chad.
All right. Chadwick hook you up.
Yeah.
But I tell you what was sad for me is after the game, Martha Ford jumps into Dan Campbell's arms.
I didn't have a problem with it.
You didn't?
No.
All right. You're going to have a problem after I'm finished.
Okay.
All right. So she jumps in his arm and they're celebrating. They're 1-8.
Yeah.
And she said, "Isn't this wonderful?" Now, if I were the coach, here's what I would have said. No.
No. Yeah.
I apologize for getting your first win after 9 games.
Yeah.
I apologize that we're not going to make the playoffs. I apologize because that's not wonderful to me. 1-8 is not wonderful. 3-13-1 is not wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's what I would have said if I was a head coach, because I'm here to win.
He's trying to smash, man. He's trying to get the bunt. No,
I was
and for
mad
me,
they
it's-
won the
it's-
last game.
I think you're allowed to celebrate a positive thing though, because that was his first win as head coach, as her first win as an owner, and they were just happy. All the media scrutiny, like national media. I mean, he was crying after the games. You know what I'm saying, like, so I got it, and it was a game winner too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a regular win. It was like
The
last
walk
second
off
of the game.
Yeah, that's
But
hype.
it shows you where this franchise is. They're
For
happy
sure.
to win games.
for sure. But you got crawl before you walk.
They've been crawling for 60 years.
I know.
Here's the thing. The young fellas right here, this is a young guy, right?
Yeah.
He thinks the Lions have been bad for 10, 15 years.
No, they've been bad my whole life.
Right?
Yeah.
My whole life.
The
Struggling.
same conversations we have today. We had the same conversations in the 1970s.
Yeah.
That's what my dad talks, because my dad's, almost 70 years old. And he talks about the Lions are bad.
You know,
they're bad
how
his
you
whole
can get
life.
you know how you can piss your dad off?
Huh.
Mention the Dallas Cowboys 5-0 playoff
Yeah.
victory over the Lions.
5-0 was the score.
5-0. That will set
That's
your
awful.
old man off.
That set me
You
off
love
now.
you love your father?
Oh, yeah.
Never mention it. But if you want to piss him off,
Yeah.
say, Dad, tell me about that 5-0 loss
Oh.
against Dallas in the playoffs.
5-0.
Yeah, watch him go ape shit.
Oh, my God. I would, too. 5-0. You got to score a touchdown.
5-0.
You can't score a touchdown? Like,
It was 3-0 late in the fourth quarter, and I guess they got a safety or something.
oh, my goodness.
That's not good.
That
Can I ask you about Dave Bing? He made some comments earlier in the year about Katie Cunningham.
Right.
Kind of hating on a fellow light skin. Like, what, was Dave Bing that? Like, all right. First of all, give us a story on Dave. I obviously know he was Detroit Piston, mayor of Detroit. Was he cold when he played?
Yeah, Dave Bing. I tell you what, Dave Bing was so sweet. I mean, he used to play St. Cecilia, and if word got around the hood that Dave Bing was playing, people would just show up. They just go
Everybody's
there to
there,
see him
yeah.
play. He was a sweet player.
Uh-huh.
He was,
Point guard, right?
yeah, point guard. Set up
Athletic.
Bob Lanier. He could score at will. He wasn't Isaiah Thomas, but he was along that ilk. He played similar to Isaiah,
Okay.
Yeah.
but he was such an icon in Detroit. That's why the Kate Cunningham stuff. I'm like, Dave, why did you have to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are disrespecting him like bad. I feel bad because I know.
Yeah, I feel bad too.
Yeah, literally become like the mayor of Detroit after
Yeah.
one,
Mayor of
too.
Detroit.
Yeah, obviously played for the Pistons. Did he? He didn't win a championship.
No.
no, we didn't win till
No.
Bad Boys.
But Dave Bing was the man in Detroit when he played,
Mhm.
and obviously a top 75 or top 50 player, whatever you want to call him now.
Yeah,
So yeah, he was sweet.
who was better, Cade or Dave in his day?
Cade,
GM.
let's let Cade develop a little bit more.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to see Cade play a few more years. I think Cade is going to be better.
That's
You
what I
can't
like to
call
hear.
him better now.
yeah,
No. Yeah, he's
That's
still
fair.
a rookie.
that's fair.
Anything can happen.
I
I
think he
love
was
Cade,
hating though.
though.
Like, where did that stuff come from? You think genuinely felt that way? or-
Us old guys have a problem. We are reluctant to give it up to young dudes.
Yeah.
That's just part because it was better back in the day. We worked harder. It was more physical. We had to overcome more obstacles.
we could make old fashions.
Right, we could. Hey, it's not in the bottle, but I think that's what the problem is, and I think what us old heads need to do, we need to acknowledge the new stuff is sweet too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always get some old dude come over here and say, "T, hey, tell Mudflap over here how much better basketball was in the '80s, how better the players were."
Uh huh.
And I said, Mudflap, players in the 80s were not better.
Yeah.
What the difference was, now you have more teams. If you
Yeah.
took 6 teams away from the NBA now,
Oh,
Be
NBA
great
would be
basketball.
so sweet. Right.
insane. Insane.
And that's what happened in the 80s. The 80s, in the 90s, they added 2 teams and then 2 more and then 2 more. And then it was 6 extra teams. And so the talent was diluted.
yeah.
But imagine the Pistons, for instance, if you had the same roster and then you just
Drop in 2 more All-Stars.
just drop in
Yeah.
one more All-Star.
One more All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally,
Right.
because I feel like that's all Cade needs to watching him play.
Yeah.
The way he shares the ball.
What he is doing, he's in the same position that Isaiah Thomas was in. When Isaiah Thomas came to Detroit, the Pistons were awful.
Mm-hmm.
They were a bad team. And now Cade Cunningham is coming into the same situation. The only difference is the Pistons back then had no championship aspirations.
Yeah.
They got there from Isaiah Thomas. Because when
Oh,
Isaiah
yeah.
came in, he wanted to be a sweet player and he liked busting people up. But he had to teach them the mentality of, no, we're here to win a championship.
Yeah.
We're not here to win 50 games and
That Hoosier mentality.
right and sell out the Palace. No, that's not good enough. You know who does that?
Who?
The Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they do is they always have a team that's going to win 50, 55 games, but they have no shot at winning a title.
Crazy.
Shout out the Mormons.
I always shout out to the Mormons out in Utah. Yeah, that always drove me crazy with them and the Nuggets. Like, I think Spencer and I was talking about this the other day. Like, we kind of felt bad for them. It was like, damn, like you guys actually got some cold teams when
Yeah.
you make it to the
Right.
playoffs. I don't know if it's just because they don't have a star
Never
per se,
happened.
like they're just a team play.
I think
but,
the
like,
mentality isn't to win it all.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Plus, regular
you have
season
to-
wins easier than playoffs
Right.
too. Like,
It's a
Yeah, it
dogfight
is.
in the playoffs.
You have to instill that in
yeah.
players,
Mhm.
front office, ticket takers. Everybody has to be down with it.
yeah,
And so in Utah, it's like, we're in Salt Lake City. It's pretty out here, and we have no
Multiple
pressure from
wives.
Yeah. Yeah, you watch Sister Wives too? No, but I mean their fan base isn't gonna say, "Damn, we didn't make the NBA Finals,"
Yeah.
and just start screaming on radio. That's not gonna happen. That'll happen
good
here.
point. Yeah.
Happens here. Happens in
Right.
LA. Happens in
I don't know.
Miami.
Well, LA, yeah, for sure. Well,
No, not in LA, man. Take the LA because
I was gonna say-
you see the victory
Oh
parade.
man. I was there. I was there.
Were you?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got
it
more
was.
people in here than they had
Yeah.
the victory
When-
parade.
when-
I feel like
it
Lakers
was
only one
at
got
at where they were talking and where they had all their speeches. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of people there. There might not have been a lot in the procession, but when they were there, there were thousands, tens of thousands of people
Tell
there.
you what, Detroit wins, you're not moving.
Oh, city's
There's too
getting
many
shut
people back
down
there.
for a weekend.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be able to do nothing in Detroit.
And they'll start charging $30 for drinks.
Yeah,
you
no,
lying.
yeah.
You're
We're
not
buying.
lying.
And
Yeah.
we're buying them.
And
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to afford your old fashioned.
yeah.
Hey, I take a bottle with me. That's the case.
All right.
Oh man.
Well, my bottle old fashioned. What it though, Isaiah? What do you think of like the way people are like perceiving him now after the Last Dance, and like I think he's really getting discredited as like how great he was in the sport, especially for being a small man.
Yeah, but see, I chalk it up to people haven't seen him play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've seen highlights. I got to see him play night in and night out, and yeah, he'd have some jacked up games, but then he'd go off. And what Isaiah had to learn was the difference between, that balance between scoring and setting up his teammates. Like Magic Johnson, when he came into the league,
man.
he came in setting up everybody.
Yeah,
Love
That's
Magic.
why he didn't score 25 points a game. 'Cause
Yeah.
Magic was like no look.
Yeah.
doing all
they
this
did
Yeah.
that too.
So Isaiah came in scoring, but they weren't winning like he wanted to. And so he was mentored by an old coach named Will Robinson, who told him, and he called him champ because Will couldn't remember anybody's name. So everybody was champ. He said, champ?
better than Mudflap.
Right. Hey, I like Mudflap now. He said, champ, your job isn't to make you look good. Your job is to make John Sally look good.
Yeah.
Your job is to make Joe Dumars look good.
Yeah,
And then if you do that, the championships will come. So Isaiah had to balance that and switch his game up a little bit. Because people ask me now, if Isaiah was so sweet, how come he didn't average 25 points a game?
He
And I
could have.
said- He could have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was real. Will Robinson. Will Robinson said, you here to put up stats, you here to win.
Yeah.
He said, I want to win. Well, that's what you got to do.
Oh yeah.
who's his pro comparison that you'd say from today's game?
Today, man, that is tough.
Kyrie.
Kyrie's not going to set you up. Kyrie
Kyrie's a meat
is
guy.
a
Score.
Yeah.
He is a very good one-on-one player.
Yeah.
Dropped 60 last night.
Right. Isaiah had no desire to drop 60, and if he was getting there, he would start passing the ball up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because the game is so different now.
Yeah. And even Isaiah too is smaller, like compared to today's guards too.
You know, maybe Trey Young or Trey, but without Isaiah
With the threes.
couldn't hit the deep three like Trey.
Yeah. And that's just part of today's game.
That's part of today's
Right.
game. Yeah, everybody has.
But you were discouraged from taking the three then, but analytics told you, well, if you don't have to hit a high percentage of three.
Yeah, you hit a couple.
If you hit 30-something%, that's almost like shooting 50% from the twos.
Yeah.
So back in the 80s, they were discouraged. If you shot a three, they take your ass out the game.
What T-Foss's athletic history? What'd you play in high school? And did you play football? Did you play basketball?
I tried out for the basketball team, played a little basketball, but I didn't play football because I didn't want to get hit.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah,
And
plus-
at all? You didn't play at all? Damn.
Nope.
Could you hoop though? You're solid at
Little bit.
basketball? Yeah.
A little bit. I was on the Boys and Girls Clubs team with a dude named Bobo Hinton. I just saw something on Facebook. He made all city and all state honorable mention. I was my teammate.
Hell yeah.
So,
What's up?
but I started playing tennis in high school.
Yeah.
I became pretty good. In fact, after I graduated, I played in some tournaments around Detroit.
Damn.
I was the runner up. I remember I would always play in the B. I wouldn't go into the A division. I was like in the B division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like three turn. I never won a tournament, but I made the finals 3 times.
Yeah.
And so I was feeling good about myself. And I was playing against this dude that couldn't hit the ball hard. But he had all this spin, and the ball would go from here to here.
Yeah.
Man, he
Yeah.
kicked my ass. And I'm like blasting it. So, yeah, come on, boo-doo. And he would just get it and go bloop, like
Yeah.
that. I'm
Put
like,
the backspin on it.
backspin,
Yeah.
side spin. Then it would just die like the ball had no air in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a newfound respect for tennis when I saw Dwayne Wade. It was like a charity event. He did with some female tennis player. I don't remember who it was. But it's like Dwayne Wade. It's Flash. It's like it's him
Yeah.
in his prime.
Right.
Man, she cooked that man. She had him out there
Yeah.
breathing
Oh,
heavy.
for sure.
Hands on
Yeah.
the hips, hands on the knees. I'm like, damn. And no disrespect, but like a female athlete, I just never would thought you'd see that. But like tennis is just it's a skill game. It's-
Yeah.
It is
Oh, yeah.
a skill game. I played the Class A state champion from Sterling Heights named Candy Kopetsky as a first-person story.
Sounds like a tennis player.
Right.
His name's Candy.
Her name was Candy.
Oh, her name. Okay,
Oh,
that
okay.
makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I was
That's a
playing,
stripper name.
I was playing all my friends, beating them.
Yeah.
I went through. I go like 3 years without losing a set. So I played Candy, and when she was hitting, I'm like, she don't hit that hard.
Yeah.
But then I played. She cooked me 6-0, 6-0.
Damn.
And then all my friends whose ass I would kick, they said I would have won at least one game. I said, no, you wouldn't have.
No, you would not.
Yeah, you can't even beat me, bro.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
You losing to
It's
me
like that.
6-2. So how you gonna win a game off this girl?
Yeah.
But I think the people who know tennis, even if they don't hit it hard, they know the angles.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost they know firsthand where you're gonna hit the ball,
Yeah.
and so they're already
Two
like,
steps ahead.
2 steps ahead. Like I'm thinking I'm gonna hit it over here. No, I'm gonna hit it over there. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna hit it right at her ass. So how did this happen? It's just like magic. So tennis is a sport that I really love, but now it's tough. These dudes hit really hard.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, and I'm gonna go old school on you. Like John McEnroe did not hit the ball hard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he was one of those dudes slicing and top spin and all that stuff, and he'd carve you up.
Was he the one that called out that female tennis player and she like smoked him or something like that? Was that John McEnroe or someone else?
Nah, are you talking about way back in the day,
Yeah, I feel like
Bobby Riggs?
yes, I think that's what it was. They were talking trash about a female tennis player and they played. And she destroyed him.
He played Margaret Court and beat her, and then Billie Jean King
That's what it was.
stepped up,
Yes.
and said, "Let's play." So she smoked him.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. So that was a big match for female sports, and it resonated for many, many years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yep.
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
What does this mean?
I know. I was trying to celebrate for the females.
Okay.
Adam
Hey, shout out for the ladies.
Yeah.
No,
shout out
yeah,
to the
for sure.
ladies.
I was 2 weeks ago. I was watching the women's finals, all their conference finals, and they were hooping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's just one girl, Caitlin something. She balled.
Oh, yeah, she
half
is.
court and everything.
Yep. But then I watched her. She had a real crappy game.
Yeah.
This was the only crappy game she had. Next year, I'm going to go to a Notre Dame women's game because Celine's one of her friends, Mia something, plays for Notre Dame because she played for Stanford and then she transferred to Notre Dame. And I'm like,
Yeah.
shoot, we should go see her play.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
For her.
That's your girl.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's your Sands. So we may go see her play.
Stanford's a fancy school, man. I don't want to keep you too long. Has it been an hour? Have you? Time is cruising by. I don't want
Yeah. Just about
Buck
4:05.
5.
Anything you want to promote or speak on, or any advice for us heavyweights?
Heavyweights, always have fun.
Yes.
Enjoy to have an opinion, and you cannot allow people out here to break you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they'll do because they know better than you. You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. It's it's the same old stuff.
Yeah.
Just be strong, swolled up, and do your thing.
Oh yeah.
Amen to that. That's actually really good advice.
But love your public too,
Yeah.
Yes.
because sometimes when you listen to them, you can learn from them.
Yes.
Because we don't do this for us. We do this for
For them.
Yeah. So maybe Adam should listen to old girl on
The whole
Twitter.
girl on Twitter. Yeah.
Someone tried canceling Adam this morning.
listen to Tall Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta listen to them. Otherwise,
There's nuggets out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me. This was
appreciate
fun.
you.
Appreciate it. It was
You
awesome.
finish your drink?
I did not, but I'm gonna finish it.
Oh yeah.
We go till you guys want to finish. You want, or we wrap it up. I don't care.
Doesn't matter to me. I finished mine.
Finish yours.
Yeah, about half hour in.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
I was pacing
I
myself.
thought you did yours like a 30 seconds. In. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Had a good time here.
In the Better Rate Mortgage Studios. Shout out Better Rate.
Make sure you get your punching cards from the Coliseum.
Coliseum, yeah.
Get that discount on your blow.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It's worth it.
I would
Get those lamb
discourage you.
chops.
It's nothing good that happens in these strip clubs. You should be with your woman.
Yeah.
Well, he said too. So just give me your punch cards.
Yeah. I'll take your punch cards.
I was like, yo, can I combine these?
Give me some ganja. 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 Give me some ganja.